Alright, well, here's this shit so people stop asking how to make acapellas and isolate vocals. Um, it's pretty easy, like really easy once you know how to do it. So, I guess I'll show you how to do it. There's really there's only like two ways that I use, but it's pretty dependent on how the song is. So, yeah, the first way though is a lot easier than the second. Um, if the song like this one has a lot of panning to it, like the melodies go from ear to ear a lot, then you can use Audacity to just take those out. Like if you listen to this, it's just
Hey,
all
whoa.
all panning. So if you go to this and then all the way down to this one, vocal reduction and isolation, then you can just fucking you can choose which one is it? Fuck. I think it's this one. Cuz what it does is it cuts the fucking stereo out, so it's mono, and that leaves just the fucking vocals cuz they don't, pan like the melody does. So, see if you listen now. It's a lot quieter compared to what it was. Turn that down. It's a lot quieter.
I get some more money in my China, so I see.
But,
I get some more money in my China, so I see. I get some more
the quality of it's pretty trash.
money in my China, so
And
I
the
see. I get some more money
drums
in my China, so I see. I get some more money in
are
my
in
China,
there
so
a
I see. I
lot.
get some more money in my China, so I see. I'm fucking your mama, I'm fucking your wifey.
But, still does the job if you really are that lazy. But, yeah, I don't need that. Oh, shit. No. But the main program I use, it's called ISSE. It's kind of amazing. Um, I know it looks pretty fucking weird right away, but I'm gonna use the same song. Oh shit, what? Oh, okay. That's why. Um, the main thing with this is it has to be wave, but you can't drag it in. So to do that, you just use Audacity and just, convert it to wave. It's a lot easier. No, it's not a lot easier. It's just. There we go. So now you got like this fucking spectrum view. It's kind of weird at first, but it's really easy once you fucking know how to do what you're doing. So if you go from this one to this one, it gives you like the big ass view of it, and then you can zoom in with this shit. So the first thing I usually do is find take out all of this shit, because this red, what this does, it will, you select the shit you don't want in your final product, so that red will go in and see exactly what it doesn't, or what you selected, so it will take that out of the whole track eventually. So, and then you just gotta listen, but you can, if you after you do it, you can just notice that these are vocals down here. The way they got like all those fucking lines, that's just vocals. So you don't want to like highlight all this, because the red will think, oh, fucking take those out. I guess I don't care. So if you just go in between here, it's better to do this a lot more thoroughly instead of doing it like that, zoomed in or zoomed out.
Hey, Shit.
So yeah.
Hey, yo, little. Come on, for real though. What?
I know there's like those kind of like fucking other ad libs in between those, but those are so quiet it doesn't really make a difference.
I guess.
Now, the main problem with this tool is it's good for all the songs and all the fucking new trap songs and shit that use like the same melody throughout the whole song. But once it comes to like something super in depth, it kind of sucks unless you really want to take your time. Because right now, like I said, you can basically the only melody in this song is like this part right here, that piano. But like if you get a different song with a shit ton of melodies, it'll be a little bit more difficult. But anyway, now that we got that shit all highlighted in red, so now it knows to take that out. You have to tell it to what to keep. So if you look, these weird looking lines right here, the fucking dark or the bright yellow ones, these are the vocals. It's not gonna be the same for every track. They're all gonna look different. So yeah, that's basically it. All you have to do is just highlight the shit with this blue and then this fucking square. Yeah. And then after you do that, you can hold on. Before I do that, let me zoom out. Here we go. And then usually it's really good
Chain is so icy.
if the song has a lot of emptiness and just melody, because that lets the isse, whatever it uses, the algorithm or whatever the fuck it's called, it can process it a lot easier than just, I don't know, if you just had like this part right here or this part or that part. It gives it like way more room to do that. But also, coming back to this fucking these vocals, if you
Fucking your wifey.
a good thing to look for is if there's like breaks in the beat, just like this.
I'm fucking your wife.
See, there's nothing there's no melody there or anything, so this is just raw vocals. So you can take that blue, just take that all out of there. A lot of fucking Lil Pump songs do this,
I get
so
some more money. My chain is so icy. I get some more.
it that one has melody in it. So it's a lot easier with Lil Pump songs than Smoke Perp songs.
I'm off with a perker, you know I be. I get some more money. Shout out to the heat. I'm dragging your bitch right across to the street.
Yeah. This makes it a lot easier. Yeah, I'm just gonna do this real quick. Cause then it's good. It is good though to, instead of just doing that, it's good to get some of these actually inside the melody. Cause that actually gives the program, what to look for in the actual melody instead of just that part. So I don't know, just based off messing around with this for a couple months. But fuck, let's see, here we go. No, I'm just gonna undo that real quick, just for a second. And then a good thing, you don't necessarily have to do this, but I usually just take out the 808s by doing that, because I find where the lowest vocal is right there. I just take out the low end, because that's all 808s, and then these are the kicks, but usually with EQ you can take those out. So I'm too lazy to go in and get all those, but yeah. I gotta fucking highlight this back. Get some more of these vocals. That's probably good enough. And then once you get all that fucking highlighted and oh shit, once you get all of that highlighted, you just press this circle with arrows, and that processes it. So this usually takes a good amount of time, depending on how good your computer is, or your, most importantly, your processor is. Mine's pretty shit, so it takes a good amount of time. Also, it will kind of like use a lot of your processing power. Like OBS itself, wow, it's using a lot more. But ISSE itself is using what, like 35%, 38. But you know. So yeah, you'll probably feel something if you're like using the internet and shit. So don't be like freaked out about that. Let's see.
My China so icy, I get some more money. My China so icy, I get some more money. I swim in the sea. I'm off with a perker, you know I be. I get some more money. Shout out to the heat. I'm dragging your bitch right across the street. That bitch let's think I was smelling her feet. Your breath let's stay, so please don't talk to me. Shout out to the plug, cause he moving the keys. And Flacco got out, so we finna smoke treat.
Yeah.
I get some more money. My China so icy, I get some.
Now that that's done, I always make sure to unclick that that process button, because I'll show you in a second after we go to try to clean this up. But now, if you look, it looks a lot different from this one up top, because this one right here, this blue source 1, this is all the stuff that you highlighted with the blue. So it should be mostly vocals. It probably won't be super clean, but because that's just, you know, how everything is with this. So if you listen to it, it should be mostly vocals. If not, I fucked up. So yeah, it's not bad. But another thing with this tool is you can get the instrumental from this, because all this fucking red you highlighted, that goes down here. So it basically separates the two. So it's like, now here's the instrumental basically. Except the snare. And also you can hear a tiny bit of vocals, like the bare end of it. But you know, there you go. But yeah, I usually don't take the snares and kicks out and hi-hats, because I just layer my own drums over that stuff. You can if you want to do that. What you need to do is go to zoom in here, and then you can go here, take your red tool, and then, now I'm not 100% sure on how this is gonna sound, but make sure. Yeah, always edit on this top one. Even if you have these two, just edit on the top one so you don't fucking fuck everything up. But yeah, if you go here, this is the snare. It's kind of hard not to realize that's the snare. And if you go in and highlight all of these, should be good. Should be easy. Should take the snare out. But the thing is with that is it won't take the snare out for the whole song. It'll just take it out for the amount you did it. So to take it out for the whole entire song, you'd have to go through all the fucking song. I guess it's not that much for this song, because this song's pretty short, but you know, other songs you'd have to go snare, 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 take all those out, which is not worth it in my opinion, because you could just layer your own drums and you can just use a fucking limiter and just limit the snare from fucking being super loud. So yeah, just gonna let this go real quick because it's gonna take a couple seconds. Alright, well, this is finished, so now that you can hear the snare, see where we marked it. It should sound different because if you look, there's no snares for these first couple that we marked, but oh fuck. I was like, wait a minute. There we go. But yeah, it usually takes the vocals out, at least the way that I do it, but I'm sure there's other ways, but that's just the way, because I never even take the snare out, so that's how you do it in case. And the same thing with the hi-hats. I don't think you can tell much on this song, but yeah, these are the hi-hats. It's the same thing. I'm not gonna really do it, but if you go here, and even with the hi-hats, you don't really have to take out the whole thing. If you just look, there's like the brighter stuff. It's usually the louder. All this other stuff's super quiet, and it's not. You can barely hear it anyway. An EQ will just take that out anyway. So anyway, once you save this, you can. Okay, well, it's kind of buggy, this program is, so usually if it won't let you export if you have this on, but sometimes when it's off it won't even let you export, which sucks, but I'm just gonna save this here for now. And this saves everything right here. These are all that we want. Right here it gives you they're all in waves, so it's kind of big for some reason, but this gives you the original, like there's nothing done to this one. This one would be just the vocals if you did it that way. Not if you did it that way, but if you've got vocals with the blue square, this will be the vocals like we did, and then this will just be the reverse of that. Yeah. Before I end it, I want to. It's oh shit, I don't want to save it. Now another thing with this is if you have like someone using auto-tune, it's kind of a pain in the ass because they're all on note. All the vocals are like on key and on note, especially if it's super heavy auto-tune. Because, like, if you compare these, smoke per fucking different color. Like, these are the vocals right here, and they're all on note. So, it can be a little difficult, and most of the times, every auto-tune, if you do this method with, like, an auto-tune rap song or whatever, it won't be nearly as clear. Because, you know, they're all on notes basically, minus I don't know that one, but like all these other ones are on notes, so it's going to take those notes with the vocals. But here I actually did this one. I'll just listen to it real quick. Let's see. This is what I made with that. Like you can listen. She got that wet. There's still a good amount of melody in there, and yeah, it's just the nature of auto-tune shit. So don't expect it too much to be extremely clear with this. But anyway, that should be it. So if you have any questions, let me know. So yeah. Alright, cool. See ya.